Way, hi Zulu. Confession time. Let me tell you, it is. So, if my best friend is watching this, you put up a post, you did, a while back, I think last week, end of last week, or over the weekend, sometime, I think Friday.
You remember better than
Saturday. It was Saturday. I think I saw it on Saturday. And I just screenshot that and I sent it to her. And you know, we could relate. But anyway, before we get further into this conversation, I just want to highly apologize to you. We put up something on social media that was a misrepresentation of what you stand for and what you said. So we highly apologize for that.
It's no problem. It's okay.
Haya, tumemaliza. Our first tiff has ended just like that. Quite a gentleman. Asante sana. But like I was saying, we're talking about now alitoa hadi wimbo. There is no easy way to break a heart.
Exactly.
So what tufundisha an easy way? It's just the do's and don'ts of this.
You know, when you talk about how to break up without breaking the other person.
Yes.
And
doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but you don't break them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I keep telling people, like, breakup is like pricking a boil.
Okay.
What you want to avoid is excessive bleeding. Mm-hmm. But if you keep beating about the bush and you never prick it, you never get it done.
Yes.
So a lot of people go through several breakups throughout life. It's unfortunate. We wish it was not the case.
But it's true.
The same way we wish we never have to go to court of law, hospital. All of us try to wish.
But we don't.
But we know it's some point in life. So better to learn then how hospitals operate, even before you're sick. Just learn basics about court of law. So what is registry?
The basics.
I mean, you hope your car will never break down, but please confirm you have a giant, confirm you have. You're not predicting a breakdown. Don't be over religious about it. If you carry jumps that it means you're hoping you're prophesying. No.
Just have it.
So even if your relationship is wonderful, even if you're not yet dating, when you need several skills about if it becomes necessary.
Yeah.
There's another kind of breakup, because when you talk about breakup, people assume a relationship. There's another kind of breakup where you have never quite dated technically.
But okay, it's over.
Exactly. So there's a way we click with chemistry, and you know, we might not even be available for dating. One of us might be bad at anything, but with the way we flow, the way, you know, or we are both single, but especially the brother never quite cleared. You sure you're ready, but him is coming but not quite getting it, and then you get emotionally attached. So today we are discussing when you have to break up when there was no proper relationship. It's usually a unilateral affair, but you still have to do the work yourself. When you realize they never took you seriously, see them dating someone else, or see them appreciating someone, showering somebody else with the same attention they showered you, you feel broken, alone. And you can't tell people, my boyfriend left me. He was never your boyfriend. So that time, it's a unilateral affair, and it's your lesson to learn.
Yes.
Never to get emotionally attached. And I keep telling women that your heart can sneak out without notifying you. All right?
Check out.
When you realize you're fantasizing a person more, you are missing to see the text. When you see the text, you smile the first thing. You can't wait to see him that day. You know, no. And it's growing, and you're going on, and you're not sure where this is. Just hoping it is just a flowery ahead and happily ever after. Be careful. And the funny thing, we call our emotions never grow up, unfortunately. You can get this baby when you're 40.
Yes.
And you're feeling that giggling. Oh my God. The feeling you feel.
Aina heshima ya age.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we are talking about when there's a relationship.
Okay.
The first thing to do is to clarify your mind before talking to the person. Please don't bring indecisive, difficult conversations when you're not sure what you wanted to tell me.
Okay.
You tell me, I want us to have I want us to talk. And I told you that statement for men is a summons from a court. Yes. We need to talk. So
we need to come up with a better line, ladies.
But at times still necessary. You still need to notify whether they have an energy for it.
Yes.
Don't attack me with a thing where then I collapse. Okay. I was not anticipating that. But Please clarify your mind what is happening. The leading reasons why people are breaking up is they have been just arguing and hurting each other for long. If you're always arguing, hurting each other, and back and forth and quarrels, and you're crying, if you're crying more than you are laughing, if you are ridiculing each other more than you are joking, if you are solving cases more than you are making progress, if once you realize it's completely difficult, draining you, and you remember it, you feel sick. That relationship is long. It's more harmful than good. So people, you're breaking for many reasons. One of them is you have grown apart. You're just hurting each other. You're no longer sure whether you want to be this person or whether you want to be in any relationship, first of all.
Yeah.
Okay. Things can happen. And I want to warn women not to wait to fall out of love. People wait until love goes so they can go out. Sometimes you don't break up because love has ended. You break up because respect has ended. Faithfulness has ended. Consistency has ended. Communication is no longer consistent. You don't live because sometimes you live when you love the person. It's hard, but it's necessary. Your heart, your emotions don't reason. So I keep hearing people listing how they are hurting that relationship, but they end, but I still love. And I tell them, your love is not enough, you dummy. You need to confirm, are you happy here? Or you can die even you still love the person.
Yes.
So one is clarify your mind. The next thing is you communicate a decision, not a discussion.
Yes, please.
Don't invite a discussion. For two people to agree we need to break up is very hard.
Not happening.
You can prolong it for a very long time because we fear the alternative. You see, even if this relationship is dysfunctional, it's familiar. Yes. This is a familiar thing.
Yes.
And we are all attracted to what we already know.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
Another thing is, it's hard to let go of a thing that is the only thing that ever made you happy. Sometimes this person was the first one to make you feel loved. Special. They brought a feeling you had never felt. That feeling is long gone. It's now pain and tears and chaos. But the memory, be very careful. Be very careful with what nostalgia brings. Nostalgia makes those sweet memories ballooned and even bigger than they were. The children of Israel left slavery. But you see them in the desert saying, why did you remove us from where we used to take honey? And they are acting like they were happy.
But they weren't.
Exactly.
Yes.
Memories of the past are always exaggerated. Remember that.
Okay.
And even imaginations of the future are also exaggerated. You always need to check, do I need this anymore? So you come when you've made up your mind. But then when you come to them, it's very important you communicate as directly as possible. It's not always physical meeting. Some people have been hurt badly when you communicate physical meeting. So I want you to evaluate how this person, anticipate how they're likely to react, then choose the right setting. Okay. If they are violent or they are dangerous or they are controlling or they're possessive or they are more powerful than you, don't meet physically. Okay. Communicate it through WhatsApp message, but make sure it's direct to them. Don't send a person to tell them. You need to cut this thing decisively. Next thing, be honest, but don't be brutal. Don't bash them, just speak honestly what you've decided.
Yes. And it's not a discussion.
No. You've decided, if you discuss with a friend. Clarify your mind with someone else.
Siende kudiscuss huko na mshtakiwa.
Unaona aje, I think we should.
Not happening.
Exactly.
Yes.
It will become back and forth, and this will be another. And that tentativeness will remove your decisiveness. They begin to think you always talk like that. Okay. These people keep saying, let's break up, then they come back together. Even when you're serious, we'll never know whether you're just teasing the way you're being teasing. So you have made up your mind. The next thing is you're communicating directly, not indirect. Don't hint at it. Yes. Don't suggest it. You are saying, I have made up my mind. I think I'll be happier apart. Now, there's a warning I want to tell you here. Sometimes it looks selfish when you say you're breaking up because of me. I need to take care of my happiness. Yes. It looks selfish.
It actually looks like an escape thing. And the people have made jokes about it. Yes. Ati, wewe ukiachwa, alikwambia, it's not about you, it's about me. So they make it look like a joke. But most of the times, it's just...
That's the truth.
That's the truth.
But I want to tell you how to put it.
Okay.
This is social intelligence.
Okay. Please, save us.
So I realize me and Mwikali are not getting along well. Yes. Now, but I don't tell her, you see, I love me, that's why I'm leaving you.
No.
You're toxic.
Don't do it.
So I better, although I know actually this girl is very harmful to me, it's not working. Yeah. But what I'll put it like, I'll try to remove the sting by telling her you're not a bad woman. Always look for good things to tell the person.
Okay.
So that in the future she can still love. She can still open herself to be loved. So that if they meet, she meets her right match. So we call it sandwiching. I start by saying what I loved initially. The fact that I started dating you means I had seen some good things.
Yes.
So I'll start by reminding you of those things, and they're still valid. Then I come to what is not working, and then I go to the hope I have that you still find happiness. Sandwiching. Start with what I like about you. I still think you're such a great woman. I'm still not, but after I list how the things I like about you, I come to, but I think the energy between us is not smooth. It's not working anymore.
Yes.
We have tried it. We have given a choice, but we are always quarreling, fighting. There's so much tension. I also hate to see you suffer because I genuinely care about you. I'm also not happy either. I have made up my mind. I'm not inviting you what you think.
No.
But I've made up my mind.
Yes.
And I know this will hurt you, but I know you'll be okay.
Yeah.
As for me, I wanted this thing, I ended here. I wanted to tell you, me, I'm gone. All right?
Okay.
But I also know you'll meet your right match. You're such a wonderful woman. I don't want to imagine you crying this way, but I don't want you to look down upon yourself. You're a very wonderful girl. You'll meet your match. Unaona? I've sandwiched.
Inakaa vizuri, very.
I've sandwiched it.
Hata usikini
Even
kama
if
uko
it's a
heartbroken.
text, start with a positive. Put now the razor in between.
Okay.
And then end with another positive. A positive future. I know you'll be happy. We are not enemies. We should hook up in the future. I hope we'll still be, we'll be meeting somewhere in the streets of life. Honestly, I want you to know I respect you as a person.
Okay.
I've just realized this relationship between us, the energy is not working. But you as a person, you're a wonderful person. There are people brought up like that. I still use our late Bob Colum. I liked it because he was a hero. He was emotionally balanced. He said even his ex-wife had struggled with cancer, and she helped him with notes. The best hospitals where this happens. She can't. I said, this is the maturity we need. At the time when we are parting, the tensions are high. But if we live, but then we can live not only relationships, but in life. Pay attention to exits. Don't exit in a manner that curses all that we had done good.
Okay.
This person has been a part of your story. You don't want to curse all that. Again, if you bash your ex, you're telling us about yourself. That your choices are that terrible. Because relationships are not captivities. You are not arrested.
No, you are not.
You chose them.
Yes.
So even if they hurt, even if whatever, always acknowledge your voluntary choice of them. You're telling us about your tastes.
That's true.
Somebody said if you look at your exes, you can see the name of your pathology. You can see the name of your mental illness.
Oh, guy.
If it is whiskiosis,
we'll be able to see.
So,
we'll see.
Remember, you're always reflecting on yourself whenever you discuss that person.
Okay.
There's wisdom in once you've learned your lesson, just move on. Politely, don't badmouth. And next time a person tells you about the ex and they're trying to date you, one day you'll be in that line of the ex and you'll be talked about the same way. Learn to get indirect messages. People expose their true character when they talk about other people.
That is true.
People expose you who they really are. So learn to see this is how they will talk to me about, even if it's not partnership but friendship.
Yes.
And they have the guts to tell you how that bad. And you're not saying you don't tell me about people, but the attitude with which you say it, to cast them in a bad light and cast yourself in a good light, means that one day you use me for a similar purpose. You're supposed to stop. Once you notice it's a gossip, always challenge the person, and they will know you're not that type, and they will run away. The other rule about breaking up is, now, if you had attempted this before, you had left, come back,
Yeah. So they're used to the pattern. They'll wanajua tu atakisema it's over.
Yes.
Atarudi tu.
This time don't use words. Communicate, but then confirm it with actions.
Okay.
So sometimes very important to go no contact right away. Remaining friends can invite the same emotions. Remember, after you're being lovers, you can never be neutral. Even if you're friends, that history still bears in. All right? This person knows you from inside. Love affairs are nasty. A person knows your ugly side, how you get disappointed. They know you too much. So don't say, let's still remain friends. Some people break up, but then they neutralize the breakup. Yeah. Because they say, let's still continue talking. Then tomorrow morning, they're greeting each other again. They're still talking. And then the breakup will never take effect. So the one thing, even if a person says, can we remain friends? Yes, we are not enemies.
We are not.
But as to the constant communication, no. I need to move on. You understand?
Yes.
Not constant. So at some point, it's very healthy now to block this person or go no contact. It's very healthy now. Remember, I told you sometimes the love is still there.
Yes.
And the emotions, the nostalgia, the memories,
They're
longing,
still there.
the craving.
It's someone you loved.
Let me surprise you. Sometimes breaking up a dysfunctional relationship can be painful. And then you're confused. If I'm doing a good thing, why is it hard? They told me if I move on when I'm being disrespected, I should feel a relief and ease.
Yes.
No, that relief comes way later.
Okay.
Ask all men. Circumcision, we are cutting off a thing that is useless, that could have caused infections, but it's too painful.
Yeah.
That sounds like a paradox. Because if I'm removing a thing that was useless anyway, I should feel relief.
Yeah.
The relief comes later.
Okay.
After the surgery. So even if you're cutting off a relationship that was painful, you were genuinely into it.
That's true.
And because you are sincerely into it, you'll be sincerely hurt. All right?
Yes.
The third rule is anticipate their reaction and counter it. You might become enemies immediately you announce breakup.
Okay.
Especially insecure, possessive people. They declare you their enemy number one. I don't want you to be blind. Some people have been hurt badly for not anticipating, for projecting their good-heartedness to the other person, thinking the other person will accept it politely and move on in the life. We are adults. Some people are not adults. They'll hunt you down, haunt you, harass you, use indirect. So anticipate, and you in their conversations you have known how they are likely to react.
Yes.
So if you know they will feel relieved. It was long coming. Some breakups were really long coming. So it was a needed euthanasia that just needed one person to have the courage to pull the plug and say, I think we both understand. Those are few cases. If you anticipate they'll be relieved, you may not need to prepare a lot for war.
War, yes.
But if you know this person will get combative,
Yeah.
will lose it. There are women who lose it and throw everything inside.
Ban everything.
So
Send deadly text messages to your parents.
exactly.
Like, people will go to their extremes. If you have any questions around this, we're talking about breakups and, breaking up with someone without really damaging them. You don't want to leave damaged goods behind. You don't want to leave them without the feeling of wanting to ever love again because of how you ended things. There's a beautiful way to just end things. Imeitwa sandwiching. If you have got no idea, I'll be telling you what sandwiching is after this short commercial break. Welcome back to Full Circle with Mwikali. We're talking about breakups and just the right way to do it. And I think for me, this is what has just blown me away, that you can actually break up with someone, but just be nice. So there are things that attracted you to them. Layer that up first. I like, I fell in love with you because of blah, 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 blah. But then there's the thing that you're leaving him because of. Unaiweka hapo katikati. Hapo chini na wish all the best. Na pengine unampatia hope to be friends. So that's the sandwiching bit. So you can actually do that. I think it's very PR, politically right. Exactly. And it doesn't feel that bad.
Exactly.
Well, it will be painful, but not that bad.
Do you ever meet when one of you is the panel and the other one is the interviewee?
Yes.
There'll be no revenge to execute.
Okay.
All right? I told you to respect exits because they prepare you for the next thing.
That's true.
In this life, when you're being defeated after every transaction, business interview, and usually there's overwhelming emotions. If you won, you want to prove it to the opponent. Just say, whoa!
Yeah.
The wisdom is to calm down and actually try to extend a hand of friendship.
Yes.
If you lost, you want to end with a punitive swing. You will shiny, you will cast. Overcome that natural tendency. That's ego. All right.
I like that you call it natural. Because it's the first instinct. You call like,
Yes.
utaona.
Exactly.
But
you leave me, nobody.
calm down.
So this way, you can even attend each other's weddings and functions in future.
Okay.
And you can still maintain camaraderie. Even if not friendship. Just camaraderie, no thick blood. Because this life is, nowadays we are a global village. You don't know what might happen. You might cross each other's path soon.
Yes.
Mikali, have you noticed the awkwardness of if somebody dies and you were not talking? You had beef. You are left haunted.
Yes.
The dead has gone, but you're wondering, did I miss a chance to?
Yes, maybe I should have just, maybe.
So,
Yeah.
learn life can be funny that way. And try as much as possible. You're not saying you go too far in never being decisive.
Okay.
As much as this fact it's a fact that we have to reckon with. It's not personal beef, so to speak. In fact, when it comes to breaking up, you don't bring up the ugly issues too much. Just state it as a fact that we cannot coexist peacefully. After much analysis, both me and you, I think we knew this is about to end. And I thought we should spare time. For me, I can spend one more day here. I need to go. I hope sooner or later you yourself, you'll also be able to pick yourself up and go. Because I have noticed you're a very resilient woman. You are hopeful. You keep trying things. This might make you cry, and I wish there was a way I could alleviate that. But some of the things are inevitable. You have good friendships, you have a life, and I hope that you'll also shine in this life. I'll cheer you on.
I don't know what you think about this. You know how those people, ghosting now comes into play. And let me just read a text here from Mary Maria. Kuna ingine tu natakanga tu nyamaze. So Mary Maria says, it happened to me once. We just stopped communicating, seeing each other, and whatever else we used to do. No questions, no dramas, no such as what happened or it was your fault. It was hard at first, but looking back now, it was the best ending. You know how people, we've talked about, you know, how you face them and how you don't face them if you feel like they are violent towards you or they can be violent. What about the silence?
Yes, there are people who prefer slow fade because it's safe.
Yeah.
Remember, naturally we avoid confrontations and conflict because they churn up difficult emotions. We feel like somebody's rejecting us directly. We feel like somebody's hurting us, somebody's attacking us. Naturally, we avoid conflict.
Yeah.
When we hear danger, we try to run away. We don't try to run to go and fight it. Our instinct, even emotionally,
Run away.
is to flee.
Yeah.
So we have a tendency to run away from conflict. If it was a long distance relationship, the silence can serve it. But if you are in the same space and you needed closure,
Yeah.
when you are away and a month has gone and we have not communicated, one of you can simply decide to do a memorial.
It's been a month since. All the best in life.
But if the memorial is not necessary, hey, you place a wreath on the ghost relationship.
Yes.
And say so long.
Yeah.
But the one thing we clearly don't want you to be, ghosting is very cowardly.
Okay.
If this person was good enough for you to be with, surely they should be good enough for you to accord them the decency of closure. You should not assume because you decided and left quietly, they will also decide and leave quietly. Some of them are left wondering, what did I do wrong? What should I correct? Was it my fault? One reason you need to close in a conversation is to make sure you tell them exactly what it was so that they don't add. Some people have a lot of guilt. You found them when they were struggling in self-esteem.
Okay.
Now, if you leave them like that, you might injure their self-esteem more. You didn't want to be left like that guessing. Suspense is very tormenting. Will you come back? What happened? What is the, and then next day here you are doing, some people be haunted with by that for life. It's unnecessary to do that. Don't risk that. Even if one-on-one conversation, as I told you, some people are more verbally combative. Don't risk an engagement if they are more verbal and they can talk you down.
Okay.
You can do a voice note because voice note, there's no exchange. You deliver the message, a sandwich of the positive side and the decisive thing, and then the hopeful thing. Yes. The sandwich. And then you deliver it there. Oh, a WhatsApp message. Sometimes written communication is permanent. Yeah. People can refer to it. Yeah.
Refer to
exactly
above.
Exactly. And if sometimes it's also good to hear their feedback.
Okay.
Let them say something if they want to. Some people will go quiet. You can't force them to talk.
No, you can't.
The day you communicate your decision to a person and they decide to keep quiet, you are finished your work. Don't sit there confused.
No.
You are not coming here for negotiation.
No.
You're coming for an announcement.
That's the other thing, because you expect, most of the times you get into it being like, I want them to talk back. Why are they talking back? But you're not in there for a fight. That means you're not really done.
I saw one girl who must have been either pre-25 or one of these immature girls say, dating a mature fella is very difficult because he apologizes right away. Now, where do I take the anger?
I saw that as well. What do I do? What do I do with all this anger?
So, you are prepared to come and blast on me.
Just go to the gym.
Exactly.
Go breathe.
Can you?
Yeah.
She's looking for a place to vent.
Yes.
But just because I apologize does not mean you don't take out how it hurt you. You can still say how the thoughts you went through, the emotions you went through. I was to listen to you because I hurt you anyway. You should be happy that actually I'm accepting. I'm listening to it. I'm not defending myself. All right? Yeah. Or if you want, take a pillow and scream at it or do something. If you have explosive emotions, can you learn how to control your grenades, my friend?
Hey! Haya, questions. Uko ready?
Yes.
Haya, kuna moja hapa nasikia ni agenti. Ako wapi? Mmesema nini? Oh, hey. Good morning, Mikali. Looking great. I'm 22. Thank you. I'm 22. Hi, Zulu.
Hi.
And chose to break up with my first boyfriend after insights from Zulu. Hi again, Zulu. But we decided to remain friends and communicate daily through Bible devotions. Hi, Zulu. Which we used to do while in the relationship. Should I also cut that? Way?
Are the feelings present or not? You need to take a period of break to make sure you've moved past that relationship.
Okay.
If you break up today, but tomorrow the things continue as they were, that breakup was ceremonial. The emotions are still here.
Okay.
The momentum is still here. Ask yourself if they don't talk to you today, do you feel anything? Do you miss them?
Okay.
Do you wish to see them with another person? All right? So one problem with 22-year-olds, let me remind them, is that they don't know the guiding principles. Under 25s don't know the guiding principles of life.
So they're communicating through Bible devotions.
The Bible is just a cover-up. It's that they're still talking. Why is it still exclusive? Why didn't you bring 3 other people to the WhatsApp group for Bible? It's still between the 2 of you. So it's still the emotions. You just changed to the 2.
Okay.
You drop romance, pick the Bible, but romance to romance, but still the same thing.
Yes, I hear you.
So it's very important before you resume talking to have a period of redefining yourself. Finding new friends.
Yeah.
Seeing life in a new perspective. To recollect yourself. If you are emotionally into anything, Kali, you need time to pull back your emotions. You need time to gather, to recollect again. If you can just break up and continue, okay, so you're done with it. So now, can you take tea today as friends?
No.
There's no breakup there.
No.
That's a joke, that's childishness. If you are truly into it,
yes,
there will be, as I told you, when you see a cat and a dog after they have an altercation.
Yes.
In the West, cats and dogs are friends. In Africa, it's the opposite.
That's true.
So if there's an altercation and after they fight, what do you see? It performs a ritual. It stretches, yawns, and shakes itself, then returns to normal mood. The same way with the breakup. They are really traumatized. They take too much from you. You need a place to stretch and come back and some cry, some tears, reorganize, feel. You go through emotions. Every loss has this kind of emotions like shock, denial, grief, gaining. Go through them. Talk to a friend. What was that? What should I learn? At least consolidate the lesson.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Mikali. The show is great. Mikali Nabenja. I'm Anne from Nairobi. I was dating a certain guy and I found out that he was cheating on me. I was ready to go. The best part is that we went for a breakfast date and discussed on the issue and we agreed on the break. And he even paid for the breakfast. I think alifanya sandwich.
Very good. If you know the person is mature enough to handle it.
Yes.
There's some people you take them to the hotel and you will be trending the next day for communicating breakup in a hotel.
Yeah.
Anticipate how they're likely to react.
Yes.
Some people say they'll be composed, but you know they won't.
Yeah.
About forgiveness, there's some things Kali that are not supposed to be forgiven.
Okay.
You forgive mistakes and weaknesses, but you shall not forgive wickedness and character flaw. For example, a person was hiding a child and then suddenly you realize from other sides they have a child. They start telling you, I knew if I tell you, you run away. Other people even hide a wife.
Yes.
And this idiot pre-25 is telling me, I realized later he was married, but we talked and I ironed out the issue. I'm telling the things I hear in my inbox. I'm even strong, I don't throw up.
You're a strong man, Zulu. You are.
So if you discover a person has hidden such a thing as a baby,
yes,
or even an abortion, or even that they are married, that's not a mistake, that's a character revelation. You are dealing with a viper. It's like you discover there's a viper under the bed. You say, okay, so I acknowledge it is there and I returned to sleep.
No.
You flee.
You take off.
So you shall forgive mistakes, weaknesses, not wickedness.
No. I think that's powerful. Thank you for that, Zulu.
Very good.
Tuko wapi? Lovely, looking lovely this morning. Zulu, Namwikali, Asanti. Zulu just mentioned my case. Got married to this man, had a baby, but as Zulu said, faithfulness came to an end. A lot other things happened, but then I realized I love me and baby more. I moved out when I was 8 months pregnant, and until now, it's almost 4 years later. I have done so much career-wise, and well, we're not enemies, but wow, we talk like we're really good friends. But mimi sijui if I'm ready to take in his tabia anymore. Kindly, what do you think about
Whatever
this?
made you break up will return.
Okay.
There are people who come back after a breakup and some of them are few, but it's usually because of maybe they started dating before they were ready and now they have evolved. But most people, what made you leave is not unreadiness, but their character, the incompatibility between the two of you.
Okay.
And Mikali, we need to mention that there before being single meant nobody wanted you. So it carried a shame. When you said you're single, but you're already ready you're mature enough for marriage, but you have not, it seems that you're not wanted, but you're not like, nobody wanted you.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it means you know what you want.
That's
You are
true.
selective. You know, you're willing to, there are many people who want many things and people who want you. but you don't want none of them.
Yeah.
So you're willing to wait until you find what you want. Nowadays, I want you to make, I want people to normalize being 30-something and single and happy.
Hallelujah. Hi. Hello, Mwikali. I'm Diana. We broke up with my man after a year, and it was really painful. I still haven't gotten over it, but I realized I resulted to healing my pain in someone else's arms. Am I in the right track?
By the fact that you're asking, you already know you are courting another pain. The one who you are healing in his arms, what is their interest? Your emotions, you transferred them here.
Yes.
You're already expecting them to heal you. They could hurt you more. You don't know them. You're just bleeding. You need to find yourself. Mwikali, the way to recover is not to jump from the relationship.
No.
It's to find your balance.
Yeah.
Finding your balance does not mean perfection, but it means you stop the bleeding. You cure. You bandage yourself enough. You might have to move ahead with a limp. A limp might mean some mistrust issues, some because of the memory of the trauma. But hey, you're ready now to return to the market and say, hey guys, how are you? It's been a while. I'm back. What is going on here? But please take your while and heal. So what happens with these rebounds is they usually complicate your life more. You get attached again, and when this one breaks, it's a second and debilitating heartbreak. Debilitating, because it's coming on top of something else. You feel now rejected by two people, and you begin to think, I must be so useless that two different people could work out like that.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
So just take your time to heal fast.
In fact, it's very important to take breaks between battles. I tell people, life is a series of wars.
Yes.
Every time you lost, consider it a battle. Retreat. Go regroup yourself. Even if you find a person whom you wanted, remember your emotions are all over now, and you can't tell. You can't even see red flags with the new person because you're looking for somewhere to shelter. So take breaks between battles. In fact, I encourage people not to book 2 interviews for jobs the same day without some hours in between. The one of them can harass you. You can be put down by very difficult. You can meet envious people, and they ask you, they insult you. They recall things from the social media from nowhere, and then you go to the next interview like this.
Okay.
Life is like that. Don't go to the next. Dating is an interview. Don't go to the next dating when you're already harassed by the other one. In between, even if there is no much time, between, meet a friend, process, recall yourself, call back your energy, your self-esteem, your self-love, your confidence, and then now enter the next one.
That's what's up. Hi. We have been dating 2 wife materials.
Okay.
For 2 years, and I'm in a point where I want to lose one and marry another. I'm Kennedy from Meru Kionyo.
All the guys in Meru, there is a guy here there holding 2 wife materials. Please go help him choose. You can carry both of them away or simply take one. So if you think the wife materials and there's all scars, brothers in Meru.
Oh my God, good morning, Mwikali. What a timely topic. So my question is, what if I go to break up with my lady, and then during the break, she breaks down and seeks for another chance, promising to change? Do I give her another chance? And this happens a lot.
Listen, Mwikali, people promising to change does not mean they have the capacity to change. Most people, mostly by the time you decided to part ways, you had tried the change. So they should not fall on you, they should fall on their friends. Include that in your communication. I know you need support. I'm sorry I may not offer that. I also need the space.
Yes.
Because you know the emotions between us. Please let a friend comfort you. Can we talk after 2 months? Sometimes just buy time. Can we talk after 2 months? By then, 2 months, they will have come back to their senses. So then right now, they're not in their senses.
No,
they're just scared by the experience of the breakup. But it is needed. You can't be the one leaving and also the one comforting. It's impossible.
Ngumu sana. Hi, Mwikali. I'm Omar from Rungai. I really love and appreciate the fact that you inspire with the youth very much. I thank you and the Switch Fraternity, for your show. I even got a daily reminder on my phone. Meanwhile, hapa ndio sasa tumefika. My lady just left me. I asked her and she said she needed attention. I failed to understand what the attention really intend. Don't know. We'll just figure it out. For that time, she claimed I was very ill and I was under a lot of stress, and I had explained to her I can't stop thinking of her. What should I do? Daily, I feel more and more downhearted. Please help.
Next time, to get more accurate advice, tell us the nature of the relationship. Was it a marriage? And tell us the ages of the people involved. That will give us how to locate you, what is happening. If you say we've been married 5 years, that gives us context. If you say I'm 30, she's 34, we'll be married, that will give us context. So this can be anywhere. the kind of girl who walks out like that, we don't know, is this a woman or a girl? Is it her character or her age?
Yes.
I told you the pre-25 is not character,
No,
it's their age.
it's the age.
But if this girl behaving that way, she's 29 and they were married 2 years already, I will tell this brother, that's a woman who has made her decision. Maybe that is who she is. She has displayed her character.
Yes.
Mwikali, the day a person shows you that they can do without you, don't argue to convince them that you are important.
No.
You'll be postponing the inevitable.
Yeah.
That same attitude will keep coming back.
Okay.
Don't grab to keep anybody.
All right.
The moment they walk, even if you feel pain, endure your pain and take back the power to you. Take back the ability to live without them.
Okay.
If they can walk, especially if you are ill, you are struggling, now you have seen their true colors.
Yes, you have. One final question before I let you go, Zulu. Hi, guys. You look awesome.
Thank you.
I have a question. I have a relationship with a guy.